forwarded from Mr. Mike Bara. TNT Tony is full of shit on this. It may well not happen until the 15th, but it won't be because of this. All indications are major movement, if not final resolution, is set for this week. Iran has nothing to do with it. Don't let an idiot like Tony get you down. Even his own handlers laugh at him. We are primed and ready to go. Iran was the last step, but only in the manner in which the reset would be executed, not in terms of timing. We're on. This guy has been wrong every week now, has he? Not one of them have been correct. And TNT Tony, so this was posted 4:28 p.m. 1st of March 26. Iraq citizens aren't upset about Iran, but they are reacting violently to the death of their supreme religious leader. March 15th is the new date, TNT Tony. Well, same with you, TNT Tony. You have been wrong every week. And I always state to stick to the fundamentals, and that came from Will Barney, and it makes sense. Even Mayhem Mel, when I shared her live chat that she did a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, sorry I haven't done a video lately because I'm sorry, but anything RV related I just find it to be really heavy. Plus, we get information and nothing happens, and it just lowers everyone's vibrations, frequency. And I always stick to the fundamentals according to what Will Barney, which makes sense, what he said and what Mayhem Mel said as well. There needs to be peace on earth. And I'm not sharing any war images and the protests or whatever. I just think, in my opinion, they should just hurry up and play their war games and just sign the piece of paper, the peace document, and just hurry up with giving peace on earth so that we can move on. Because no peace on earth, no RV. That's basically what Mayhem Mel has said as well as Will Barney. Also, there needs to be those crypto laws in place. President Trump has already signed the Genius Act, which is in relation to stablecoin, but there's no regulations on the actual blockchain. Congress need to debate the Clarity Act, and then Trump needs to sign it. And there also needs to be no more CBDCs. So that also came from Will Barney as well. I just think these leaders just don't get it. So every week they're just going to do their live videos and say, oh, my source in Iraq said this and this and that. If the source is not working for the Iraq government or the CBI, that's just like second-hand information. They're just, maybe in my opinion, could be, I don't know, maybe working for the government. But if they were working for the government, surely they would give their name. And they've been wrong every week. Hey, it is what it is. You can't have Nasara, this blessing coming to humanity, which basically God's gift to humanity, and then on the other hand, still have corruption in the world. I mean, President Trump has arrested Maduro, and if you're in the know, you know about sexual casting. Anyway, nobody knows the dates. And why are they constantly giving a date? Because when people see that and then they expect, oh, well, let's see what happens on the 15th. But I think people should be wise now to think, well, they've said dates, and then Bruce is the worst for that. Oh, you should receive your notifications. What I've been told by my source could be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then nothing happens. Nothing. Because there needs to be no more wars. There needs to be no corruptions. There needs to be peace on earth. There's no point in having a redemption appointment, getting all your millions, your billions, and your trillions to put in your crypto wallet, because everyone will be given a digital wallet, and there's no regulations on the crypto because there's regulations on the banking system to protect your money, because you still got scammers I don't know how they're able to get into your digital wallet, but they always say take your money off the ledger and have it in a cold wallet. But we're just going to go through this every week. So I haven't posted it much, Harvey, because it's like, what is there to tell you? So I'll just share what I can, and plus I've been focusing on my music, and so my music's doing really well. Saved the last stats from Soundcloud, which is a music platform. About over 18,000 plays on my music, which is just awesome. So yeah, I try and do a song or write up a song every day, and that is basically my enjoyment. But when we focus on the RVs, like, your frequency goes down because it's really heavy. So I'll just go short and tell, and then I'll post Skye Prince's audio. But as with her information, she's also been wrong too. But then, she's also stated that she's only an Intel provider and etc. But let's hope that the information she gives is going to be correct.
Hey guys, how are you? Okay, so a few days ago I was told not to mention the RV or medbeds, not even say the words, which I have kind of been adhering to, but I was just given medbed information and I've been given permission to share this. They actually want to share this. Okay, so apparently there is a lot of information going around about March 15 and March this and March that and all that for the medbeds to be released. I'm told that's incorrect. The date for the presentation is March 23rd, not a day before and not a day after, and the actual release of the medbeds to the public is April 2nd. Again, not a day before and not a day after. They have no plans to release the medbeds before to the public. So all this about March 15 and this and that is not true. Okay, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm being told from within the medbed department. Now, they also said that they're getting the list together for the priority ones in each state and each country. And from Monday and Tuesday, if all goes well over the next 18 to 24 hours, they will begin contacting those on the priority one list. Okay. Now, if you are contacted, or you receive humanitarian funds, or you use the medbeds before the public, you will have to sign an NDA. That NDA is extremely important and you must stick to it. No exceptions. Okay, no exceptions. They're going to be very strict on this NDA. You can have one person escort you to your medbed appointment. However, they also must sign an NDA and stick to it. No cutting corners. No, I'll just say this to my family. No, they will know. You have to stay with the NDA or you get in a crap load of trouble. The NDA will end when they say so. Okay? When they tell you it ends, that's when it'll end, not before. What else? Oh yeah. Here's some interesting information which I'm not very impressed about. They said that there'll be no changing your appearance or identity and no age regression for 1 to 2 years. So everyone will just have a general healing. No body improvements, no changing anything on you, and also no downloading of information. And I said, well, this is not going to make people happy. They said the only people who will be allowed to change their identity are the people whose lives may be in danger. Okay, so witness protection, domestic violence, people that's got death threats and is basically in fear for their life. They're the only ones that will possibly be given permission to change their identity. But again, it'll be on a case-by-case basis. No one else. No changing hair color, no designing your body. Everyone just goes in, has a general healing, and walks away. No downloading skills, knowledge, languages, information, nothing. So for the first 1 to 2 years, the medbeds will be used solely for healing, nothing more. Okay, nothing more. Now, for those of you who are more advanced in age, okay, so 70, 80, if you're a pretty healthy 80-year-old, you'll come out of the med beds at an extremely healthy 50-year-old. Now, in a year or so, when you go back into the med bed, you're still a very healthy 50-year-old. You'll come out of the med bed without age regression, a very healthy 30, 35-year-old. Okay, now they want to roll the med beds out in stages and allow humanity's consciousness to catch up, because we're so programmed to be sick and miracles don't exist. That a medical technology that can regress you in age or change your appearance must be demonic. So for the sake of the collective, until we catch up and get used to this technology, which they said will be about a year to 2 years, it's only going to be general healing. That's it. Okay, so it's not what most people want to hear. It's not what I want to hear, but it is what it is. They don't want people to be so afraid of it that they start screaming witchcraft or demons or Satanism or whatever else. Okay, they want people to be comfortable with it, to get them out of the sick care system and over to the actual health care system. Then when people are comfortable with it, after it's been around for a year to 2 years, then they'll say, oh yes, oh we upgraded it and look what we can do now. Okay. So unfortunately, no age regression and no downloading information or languages or anything like that, and no making any changes to your body. It's literally go in, have a healing, and walk out. Okay? So your license, your passport, your information, everything will remain the same. Nothing will change. So there's no need for a whole new driver's license. So unfortunately, it's not going to be the great big explosion that we want. The good explosion will come in a year or two, and then we can go and do whatever the hell we want. Again, according to the vibrational frequency. Okay. Those in the hate groups, spreading hate, agreeing with hate, all of that will be pushed to the back of the line. Okay. So the more negative and horrible person you are, the further down the line you'll go. Okay, and this is not a judgment, this is a vibrational thing which allows you the time to actually raise your frequency to align more with the beds. Okay, unless of course you're literally on death's door, and then you'll be given counseling and all after that. Okay, so it's not exactly the news we want to hear, but we're still on track for March 23rd for the reveal and April 2nd for the release. And priority ones, and they already know who they are, okay? So please don't ask me, am I a priority? I don't know. I don't have the list. I don't have access to the list, and I don't want access to the list, okay? So they know who you are. They've got the list. So some of you may be contacted within a few days, and this is in line with them releasing Tier 4B notifications as well, okay? So yeah, again, remember, completely 100% free, 100% free. Anyone charging you even for a coffee at the center is a scam. Okay, so relax, it's all coming, and it is actually really good news. It's just a little disappointing because we all wanted something extra and all of that, but that's not going to happen. It's just general healing, which at this stage is enough. Okay, it's more than enough. It's amazing. All right, take care, everyone. Bye. Guys, in regards to the med beds, when we say perfect health, we mean perfect in every way. In every way. Physically perfect. No sagging skin, no chipped teeth, no DNA abnormalities, no leftover fractures, no drooping muscles or lack of muscles. We mean perfect. You don't need to ask about your individual problem. Perfect physical health means that. Perfect. Perfect. We've been so trained or programmed to think no such thing as perfect exists. But come on, perfect means perfect. I don't know how else I can say it without answering every single person's ailment. Perfect means perfect. End of story. Stop stressing over your individual health complaints. You go in the med bed looking like a scraggy old elephant with issues up to your armpits. You come out physically perfect. Okay, skin, boobs, teeth, penis, JJ, everything. Perfect. Perfect. A general healing. What do you think a general healing is? Do you think it's just this organ or that organ, this issue, that issue? General healing means whole body. You don't need clarification on a general healing. It's whole body. Whole body, from your brain to your boobs, to your teeth, to your penis, to your vajayjay, to your legs, to your toenails, and everything in between. A general healing is general. Everything. My God, everybody, I'm so sick of explaining the most basic things. Okay? A general healing heals everything. Everything physical. Oh my goodness me. Guys, I'm sorry for those last few messages, but you guys have got to start thinking. Most of you already know what a general healing is. You've known it for years. You already know what perfect means. You've known it for years. You know. So when you come at me, a whole bunch of you, in a short amount of time, asking the questions you already know, imagine if you were me. Imagine if you had a whole bunch of people firing questions at you that you've answered 1,000 times and then some over the years. I expect you guys to know, because you do. I expect you guys to think clearer, because you can. Many of you are wanting to do projects and yet asking the most basic questions which you've known the answer to for years. Come on guys, do better. All the information's already there. Pardon me. I shouldn't have to be bombarded with 1,000,000 of the same questions that have been answered over 1,000 times year after year. You need to do better. You really do. Especially those who want to do projects, which quite a few of you who are throwing every single question you can think of at me are wanting to do. Do better, guys. You can. I just had a conversation with one of the military guys, and they said, "Where's your compassion?" I said, "I got compassion, but I'm not raising a bunch of pussies. I'm not teaching a bunch of people who can't think. I'm pushing you to be better, to do better, to think clearer, to think on your feet. Think outside the box, get out of the program, use your brain." I said, I'm not teaching people and helping people rise up by spoon feeding them because they want clarification, because they want to hear it again and again and again to satisfy their lack of confidence in themselves. I'm not here to do that. Now, I've given the information time and time again for the last 5.5 years. It's all there. It's all there. When you're doing your projects, you're going to have to go and research for your project. You're not going to have someone sitting there waiting for you to fire questions at them. You're going to have to look everything up yourself. When you're going through the whole medbed procedure, you're going to have to think. Common sense. Use what God gave you. Use that ability to think instead of sitting down going, I don't know. I'll just get clarification. This is training, guys. This is school. So you can go out there and do your project successfully. But what I see is a whole group of people just in the last hour and a half who has suddenly forgotten how to think. So come on, guys, do better, please, or I'm just not going to give any more information. I get nothing out of giving the information except bombarded. It sends me insane. When I give the information, I shouldn't have to message everybody with the same questions or answering the same questions in private message or on groups. I've just given the information. I can't give it any clearer. And private messaging me, I'm not going to give you a different answer to what I already gave in the information. So please don't private message me with your questions. I've turned the commenting off in the medbed group. I only turned it on today. And I've turned it back off again because so many choose not to think. Do better, guys. We expect that of you. We expect you to think. We expect you to research. We expect you to find the answer instead of just sitting there and asking. Do better.
We are all just consciousness looking through human eyes, trying to remember why we came here. By Bree. You have no idea how many people are better off because they met you. And this is by tinybuddha.com. Most beautiful souls are shaped by the ugliest experiences. Exactly. I had the worst, ugliest experiences. But done the healing. Still learning. Not perfect. Forwarded from Sovereign Redneck Renegade, Christos Guardian Alliance, Sovereign Redneck Renegade. Well, it's a bit of a mouthful. The Council of Elders from the Sirius system reminds us that we are the Ancient Ones returned. We have seen many worlds go through this transition, and we know that the light always wins. The chaos you see is merely the surface level turbulence of a deep and profound change. Stay centered in your heart, for that is the only place where the truth can be found. Galactic Federation, Guidance for Earth's Ascension.
Thank you for listening. May the light guide your steps, truth protect your heart, and discernment strengthen your spirit. You are seen, you are supported, and you are never alone. Please like and subscribe.
This video is for general informational and spiritual discussion only. All content shared here reflects publicly available intel, spiritual perspectives, and personal interpretation. Nothing in this video is medical advice, financial advice, or guaranteed prediction. Always use your own discernment and make decisions that feel right for you.
I haven't updated video since I think the last one I updated was the 21st of February. I find that when I start an RV video, it's really draining. I don't really want to do it, but anyway, I still do it because I love you guys, and I will share what I can share, I won't share anything between, the bombings between Iran and US. It's like, in my opinion, I feel like saying, well, let's just get on with your war games and hurry up and sign a peace deal so that we can have world peace, so that we can move on. And so I've shared just information from Mike Bara, and he's just like the other leaders. It's like, gives a date and nothing happens. And TNT Tony, same with him. And then there's an audio that Skye shared on the 1st of March. Some really interesting information. Next thing I'm going to do is talk about my album. This is my album Unmasked. This is what I enjoy doing. I love creating music, and I am a member of Soundcloud. I did upload a song to YouTube called, what's it called? One Hot Wild Night. And now Soundcloud, they've hired the claimant, because that claimant is working on my behalf. I ticked when I was completing the information to release each song. I ticked the YouTube ID content, which means that when the song, someone plays the song, the money's, however money's earned, it goes to whoever's the claimant is. But anyway, I've worked with them. I've sent them a message to remove that, and so hopefully that will be sorted out in the next couple of hours. And I'll put the link in the description for my profile page for SoundCloud. It has all the latest songs that I've released. The last song that I included in the last video is called Rise Above the Shadows. Now, a lot of people love that song. That song received 2,233 plays, and that's amazing. And probably close to 200 or just over 200 people that replay it, which is amazing. And that's from a poem my late husband wrote. And most of the songs are poems, and songs I created the lyrics. So this song that I'm going to share is called One Earth, and not One Earth, it's called Our New Earth. So it's got some drums in there because I wanted the Pacific drums. I'm inspired by a heavy metal band, a Samoan band, but it's a mixture of awesome musicians. And they use the Pacific drums. It starts off with this big, like the Asian big drum where they, bang, just do one bang, boom type of sound, and then comes in all the Pacific drums. It's just amazing when they play the drums, and then mix in, and then the next thing is that the guitar and the drummers playing the drums. Just the same sound is amazing. But the lead singer does sing in Samoan, so I got the concept from that. And sometimes if you like music and you like creating, eventually I'll do videos and show you how to use Suno. If any of you are interested in music, I will share what I've learnt. And so this song is about our new earth, and it has the drum feeling of that, from what I enjoy listening to Pacific drums, because I am Pacific Islander. I am half Samoan and half Tukaloan, and so yeah, I just love talking about music. So I will share that the next song, which will be the end. And you're gonna be blown away. So got your earphones?
Before the blood, before the flame, before the forgetting, before the towers touch the sky, before the rivers bore your name. I am the soul beneath your cities, the root beneath your feet. And I remember you marked the stone with iron hands. You carved your will across the land. Steel and smoke claimed the crown. Still the pulse was underground. You mistook the hush for defeat. Roots were rising underneath. Every scar upon the plain fed the rhythm once again. Can you feel it in your veins, drumming through the silent plains? Not in fury, not in blame, but in balance we reclaim. Rise from the roots below. Rise, let the wild wind blow. Rise, hear the ancient sound, thunder shaking sacred ground. Hear the heartbeat of the land, feel the power in your hand. We are not undone, the many move as one. Rise, 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 rise. Oceans called through shifting tide. Mountains trembled far and wide. Wind carried forgotten cries through the steel and silver skies. Still the drum was never still, echoed through the human will. Deep beneath the broken sea lived the ancient living green. Restoration initiated, balance recalibrated. Not in vengeance do we rise, but in truth beneath the skies. Fire and water, stone and sea, in the union we are free. One earth, one rhythm, one sky above. Roots awaken, hearts remember, rising love. From the mountains to the tide, we stand steady, unified. Drums of ocean, drums of sand, beating through the human hand. We rise together, we stand as one under the rising sun. The storm has spoken, the fire is past, the land breathes deep at last. I was there before the blade, and I